You may have been raised like me, where self care wasn't even a thing. When I grew up and when my parents grew up, there was no such thing as self care. But over the years and now, everyone has learned how important it is to make room for yourself in your own life. I was raised to take care of others, that was generous, and to take care of myself or think about doing things for myself was selfish. That is no longer the way it is. So let's dive into this today and see if you are truly being true to yourself and looking out for what makes you thrive at your best. If you're new to the channel, I am Bonita. I'm early retired. I retired about 2.5 years ago, and I've learned so much in my 50s, and now I'm 60 that I never knew my whole life. And one of those concepts is self care. Self care is so important because it helps us be present in our life. It helps us be able to actually be available to care for others. But putting ourselves first has been a new concept that I am still learning and I'm embracing. And I hope that this video helps you take a look at your own life to see if you should be embracing it as well. So we're going to start out with a little homework assignment. Pull out a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write down 10 of your favorite things. They can be activities, they can be things that you just love, things that make you happy. And we're going to talk about this because I had a very difficult time with this. And the reason I had a difficult time was because I'm not used to ever thinking about what I want. I'm thinking about what everybody else wants, how to please them, how to make them happy. I've been like that my whole life. So, in this exercise, we're going to put ourselves first for just a little bit. And you don't have to share your 10 things with me, but I'm going to share mine with you because there's actually 7 categories in self care. So, once you have made those 10 things on your paper, we're going to talk about the categories. And I want you to see if you have all of those 7 categories met in your 10 things. And these 10 things off the top of our head may not even be our favorite 10 things. That's how hard it is to do this. So I'm going to share mine with you now. So, one of my favorite things is to have a picnic or just eat outdoors. I know it is nothing special, but it elevates whatever I am eating and it elevates the experience. I love being outside. I love having picnics. For a long time, we had annual 4th of July picnics. We still have picnics for like graduations. And we even had one on Mother's Day weekend a couple of years ago. And I can just eat outside by myself and it makes me happy, or just eat outside with my husband at the picnic table and it makes me happy. So I would categorize that activity as an environmental activity. And that is one of the categories. Does the environment you're in make you happy? The second one is traveling. I love to travel. You guys know this. I love to take frugal vacations. I don't care if I'm flying, car camping, in my RV. It doesn't matter. It makes me happy. I like to see how other people live. I like to think about what it would be like if I lived there. I like to see what the attraction is that they chose that spot. And I like to see nature and things that there are to sightsee when I travel. That one would fall under recreational. That is another category in self care. So think about whether or not you have anything recreational on your top 10. The third thing is nature. I love being outside. I don't even care if I'm hanging clothes on the line. I don't care what I'm doing. I love being outside. Maybe just sitting in a sunbeam and reading a book. That makes me happy. And that falls under spiritual for me because I feel like I am more in tune with God when I'm outside. I'm seeing everything He's created, and that usually decreases my stress because I think about all of the things around me and that is what is important, not all of my man-made problems. The fourth one is my animals. You know, I have a donkey, I have cats. I love my animals so much. They are a huge comfort for me. And I would say that falls under the category of emotional. They are connected to me. They have part of my heart. I love them like they are my own family. And they mean so much to my happiness on a day to day basis. The fifth one for me is a form of exercise. And I've recently started doing Tai Chi. I was doing yoga before, but I've started having a lot of difficulty with most of the moves due to my back. But some very simple Tai Chi for people over 60 is something that I've worked into my daily routine. I feel stronger. I feel like my balance is better. I feel more relaxed and I really enjoy it. And I just do it off of a YouTube video of a lady that's over 60. So that falls into physical. We need to have something physical in our life. We need to have better sleep. Some people meditate. Any of those things get us more in tune with our body and usually make us feel a lot better. Even exercise has been attributed to having better mental health and decreasing stress. The next one is I love my general hospital. I've even started watching Beyond the Gates, and I look forward to this. I get invested in this. In fact, when my grandson, who is now 18, was staying over Christmas, he was in the back bedroom. I thought everybody was in bed. I'm talking to the TV. I am telling General Hospital when Chase has got on the stand and totally threw the police department under the bus. I was like, fire him, he needs fired. And my grandson was in the back room laughing, which I found out the next day because he said, Nana, I heard you in there arguing with the television, telling them to fire him. And I was just laughing my head off. So that is part of my social. That's another category, social, because I talk to the TV. I give them tips. I tell them what to do next sometimes. Drives my middle daughter crazy when she watches TV with me. And my husband sometimes will be just like, let's just let the TV show flow and let's just listen to it because I get so invested in the characters. The next one is I love having no alarm. I love getting up when I want to. I love going to sleep when I want to. I love that freedom now that I'm early retired. I feel like that helps my mental health, having that freedom. And mental is another category. And I just love choosing how my day goes, whether it goes slow, whether I have planned something. I don't plan a whole lot because I love that free schedule time. The next one on my list, of course, is my family, my friends. And since there's only 7 categories and there's 10 items, some of these are going to repeat. That one again is under social. I love to be connected to my family and my friends, even if it's just a text here and there. That helps me feel connected and helps me feel like I have family and friends in my circle that are very important to me. My ninth one is my garden. I don't have a big garden. I have some above ground planters. I have some pots in the house. I'm not able to garden like you would envision with the big plot of land that's been rototillered, but I love watching my plants grow. I love harvesting off of the plants that I grow. I enjoy my flowers And those are really important to me. Again, I think it falls under environmental, but as you can see, some of these can overlap because that could be mental, it could be recreational, it could be a lot of things, but I'm going to categorize it as environmental because, again, I love being outside and I love to do my garden stuff. The last one is staying home. I love staying home. I have decluttered. I've made my house in most of the rooms about where I want them to be. And just being home is relaxing and enjoying what I have purchased over the years and enjoying the calm atmosphere and the quiet, the peace and quiet, because I live in the country. It's usually very quiet out here. And I would say that falls under environmental. Being home in that environment really helps me thrive. It gives me alone time. I have gratitude and thankfulness for the things that I own. And I feel like a lot of that can even be spiritual, I guess, because I have a lot of gratitude and thankfulness for the things that I have. And being home helps me see that. So I hope that this exercise has maybe been helpful for you, maybe even calming, or maybe helped you see how much you have in your life to be thankful for. And anything like this that is even simple, that you can cut out a little bit of time for, that counts as self-care, and it really helps our happiness to be able to focus on some of the things and work some of the things into our daily lives that make us happy. As they say, you can't pour from an empty cup. So keep your cup full so you can pour and you can bless others. Thank you for listening today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll join me for another one.